What up, Raffleators? Welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday morning in Guyana, Tuesday the 3rd day of June 2025, and we are back in Kingston. Actually, I was just on Parade Street. Let me show you what's happening on Parade Street. So this is cross street is Parade Street in Kingston. It actually starts at Lamaha, right? That's Lamaha Street, the end of the block where the car is turning. That's Lamaha Street, and I'm standing on Cowan Street. This is the intersection of Cowan and Parade Street, and this is Parade Street looking north towards the seawall in Kingston, and just up the road there, that is where the hedges are. That's the St. Joseph Mercy Hospital. I'm just coming from there, taking a look at this neighborhood. Now, somebody said they're building a 25-story building in this neighborhood at Duke Street. If they are, it hasn't yet reached above the roof of this building, so we're gonna have to keep coming back until we see exactly where they're building that. But what I want to do is to show you this building, this glass building on Lamaha Street. So last time we looked at this building, this glass building, it was still being constructed. I still hadn't decided who was the owner of the building, but people have asked me to come again to revisit this building to see exactly what is happening with it. And so I'm back in this neck of the woods, this neighborhood, to take a look at it. So it's next door to Ministry of Health Annex, and also next door to that monstrous building. It was built by this glass building is still exactly the way we left it several months ago. So I'm not sure what is happening with it. Mounted policemen on the way here. Guyana police force, mounted policemen. But I just wanted to show you this view. In the distance, that is the King's Hotel. King's Hotel reaching above the rooftops. These guys are on patrol this morning. Morning. Mounted patrol. So yes, that's Waterloo Street. That's the pagoda. And straight up in the next block, behind these trees, that's where the old train station. The old train station used to be, but now it's a park. Yes, back to this building. So what seems to be happening here? I'm not so sure. However, this building is exactly the same as we left it the last time we were here. It seems as if construction has stalled on the building, and we're still waiting to see what the finishes will be, what it will look like when it's finished, and who the owners are. But it's interesting structure here on Lamaha Street, close to the corner of Camp Street, and between Camp and Parade Street here I'm in Kingston. So it seems as if it could be an office building, but we don't have confirmation yet. There are no internal count the ground floor, right? If you count the ground floor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors. Right, so it's a 9-story building if you count the ground floor. But yeah, like I said, it hasn't yet been completed. And for those of you who've been asking for an update, it's still in exactly the same condition it was. Alright, this is police and immigration complex here in Kingston. Across the street, that is the GTI, Georgetown Technical Institute. GRA. They've taken over that part of the embankment. There's also another building. Let me give you this route. That is looking up Camp Street. Looking at Camp Street, looking south along Camp Street. And that's looking north along Camp Street. That is the National Tennis Center. They've repainted the courts there, but people have complained that the floodlights are not very bright for night tennis, and unfortunately it's not so easy to simply walk on to the tennis court and play like we used to back in the day. But yeah guys, this is what is happening with this 9-story glass building on Lamaha Street. It has not yet been completed. This building, I understand, is going to be the venue for the next. There's a convention for content providers, content producers here in Georgetown in June, I think, somewhere around the end of this month, June 25th. And it's going to be held at this building, in this building. I saw another building up on Lamaha that I wanted to give an update, but I guess I'll do that in another video. But yeah, this is Camp Street. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, well, 7:30, 7:45, just before 8 in the morning. And this is what Camp Street looks like on a Tuesday morning. That's the Demerara Bank main office, head office here in Georgetown on Camp Street. And that's eNetworks. They're the main internet providers here in Guyana for residential internet. And this building, although clearly a large commercial kind of building, it has not yet been completed. I haven't seen much progress on it since the last time I was here, so I don't really know what it is yet. It could be a mall, a shopping mall, or some kind of office building, office kind of complex building, but we have to wait to see what that turns out to be. Copa Airlines here on Camp Street, that is where the Panama airline Copa operates in Guyana. Star Alliance. And this blue building, I understand now, is available for lease or rental. It has been empty for at least a decade, and for most of that time was not quite yet finished. Construction had not been completed. We're on Newmarket Street. Newmarket Street looking east. It's Newmarket Street looking west. Now because global technology, behind this set of green foliage trees, that's the Georgetown Club. Alright, this is directly opposite this blue building. This tall blue glass building is the Georgetown Club. People have asked me to give a review of the Georgetown Club and what it is like, what the conditions are for membership of the Georgetown Club, and what are the facilities that are available. I'm going to do that in a future video. But yes, so those of you who are interested in the Georgetown Club, they're located here on Camp Street, next to Colgrain House. That's the new Popeyes. It's actually not new anymore. It's about 5 years, at least 5 years old. But yeah, this building, I understand, is now available for rental, for office rental. But the reason why I kept walking on Camp Street is because I wanted to show you the update on this building. That's the new Christchurch Secondary School. It has been rebuilt. It seems as if, at least on the outside, construction has been completed. I don't know if they completed construction on the inside and they furnished the building, but this is what it looks like now that it's been completed. Colors have always been blue and white. Christchurch Secondary. Oh, there's a swimming pool in the back. Colgrain swimming pool down that alley in the back of behind the school. But this is what the Alright, this is Christchurch Secondary School. Yes guys, so that's Colgrain House, and behind it is the Colgrain swimming pool. Alright, that's the swimming pool, Colgrain swimming pool. But here is Christchurch Secondary School. It's now been completed. I said this is Middle Street. Church's Chicken and Mario's. But here, that's the new Christchurch Secondary School. Now, what are some of the new features? They've built a corridor, right? A corridor around the ground floor. That's interesting. That's new. There used to be a high fence, I believe. Yes, there used to be a fence where the building came all the way up to the sidewalk. This is actually a sidewalk. Don't know if they're going to rebuild the sidewalk, but the building came all the way up to the sidewalk previously, and now it's set back a few feet, but then there is this fence around the building, so that's new. Still some scaffolding up here, which means that they're still probably working on it. But this is what it looks like. Christchurch Secondary School has been completed. I think this is the main entrance to the building. And the main entrance to the building is here. And this is what it looks like on the south side of the building. Now I think it's larger. My guess is about twice the size in terms of volume that it was before the fire. Right, that's what I think. I think it's now twice as large as it was before the fire. And it seems to have some more security features, like these external staircases, which are, I guess, emergency in terms of fire emergency, so for exiting the building. So it definitely is an improvement over what they had before, and it looks as if they've built a bigger and better school to replace what was once one of these top schools in the country, Christchurch Secondary School. So that's it, guys. That's what's happening in this neck of the woods. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in the fastest growing country in the world, Guyana. Later.